Hello travelers, good morning. Welcome to Spain, welcome to Barcelona. Today I'm here to answer all your questions regarding living abroad, living in Spain, and why not living in Barcelona. So what are your options regarding working visa, study visa, NIE, how to get your residency? I can't wait to start this video. Let's begin. So travelers, after getting so many questions regarding how to get a job in Barcelona, where to study, best universities, common law relationship, how to rent a flat, salaries in Barcelona, etc. So I decided to do this video in collaboration with international lawyers in Barcelona because I'm here to help you guys and I'm just a girl in Barcelona. So this international law firm in Barcelona is specialized in immigration, taxes, business, properties, everything for expats, and I got you a 10% off if you say you watch this video from Valerie from Pick a Picture. So guys, before we go, let me tell you where we are. We are in the fancy, elegant Ramblas de Catalunya. This is not the crowded, touristic, famous Ramblas from Barcelona. This is the elegant side, and this is located in the Eixample neighborhood, my favorite neighborhood. So in case you are coming here for holidays or you want to live in Barcelona, check my video about Eixample. I really recommend you this place. And they are located here, super convenient for you travelers. Let's go. What do I have to do if I want to come and live in Spain? Make it easy, please.
Of course, here in this office we make coming to Spain very easy.
Excellent.
There will be basically three options.
Okay.
Uno, dos y tres. Option number one, you could come just as a tourist. You have a 90 days Schengen visa that you can enjoy our country, our beaches, our streets, our weather, our mountain. Everything of Spain is amazing.
Excellent.
This would be option number one.
But from any country in the world?
This is a good question. There is some countries that they require to process a visa at the Spanish consulate in the country of origin.
Option number two?
Option number two, here there is four options. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Imagine you come to Spain as a tourist and you say, wow, this is amazing. Look at this weather, look at the streets, look at this beautiful city, such Barcelona. Then there is the option to apply for a residence permit inland in España, in Spain.
So we are in the second option and it comes with four more options.
Exactly, very good, very
first
good.
One.
The first one, you just want to study. Here in Spain we have the best universities, academies, everything in Spain is lo mejor, the best. So you can apply for a student permit.
Okay, student.
Option number one.
Option number one.
Option number two, you are very wealthy, you are very rich and say, hey look, this country, they need my investment. I'm gonna invest on real estate. You buy a property over 500K and you can get also the permit.
Golden visa?
Exactly, this is the golden visa, very popular all around the world through the investment on real estate.
All right. Third option?
The third option would be, I am on the high-tech area and I want to develop my great and amazing idea, innovative in the country, in Spain. I want to set up the startup. You can do this in Spain and to get a residence permit.
Excellent, okay. And the fourth?
The fourth one would be the last one that you can do inland in Spain,
Okay.
would be that you apply for a highly skilled professional work permit. This would be for people who has higher education and they find a highly skilled job in Spain during this stay as a tourist.
Okay, so apart from the four options, you said you can come here for holidays, you can come here as a resident, and the third option?
The third option say, look, I'm a family, I don't want to take risk, I'm in my country, I decided to come to live to Spain. You can do all these permits in the Spanish consulate of origin
From
where
my
you reside.
in my country. I can do it before coming.
Exactly,
Okay.
because of course if you apply from Spain there could be a rejection or there could happen things, so some people they prefer to do all the homework at home. In this third option, through the consulate, there would be 3 additional permits that you can request
Okay.
through the Spanish consulate, such as the non-lucrative residence permit. Imagine I have a lot of savings, I don't need to work, and I want to retire or to enjoy the country.
So you can't work with that.
Exactly. You could apply for a non-lucrative residence permit by showing some savings in the country.
How much money?
Money would be 30,000 for the principal
Okay.
and 10,000 additional
For
per
each
each.
person that comes with you?
Exactly.
Annually or just?
Just the savings on the account.
Okay, excellent.
And then there would be the work contract option
Mm-hmm.
that you can apply through a regular work contract in the consulate.
Okay.
But here it's kind of difficult because the consulates, they take in consideration the national situation of unemployment in Spain.
I see. So for instance, if I want to work in a supermarket, let's say, the owner of the supermarket may say, well, I actually have Spanish people that are skilled to do this job, so I don't need to hire someone from abroad.
Exactly. Very good.
So
Very
that's,
good.
that's the risky point of this visa.
Exactly.
Okay.
Muy
and,
bien.
And the other one
The last one would be
that you do not recommend. Also.
I don't recommend as well to apply for a regular business permit.
Okay.
Why I don't recommend it? Because in this type of permit, you need to come to Spain as a tourist to open the business in Spain and then to go back to the consulate to submit the application. Here, there would be also risks.
Yeah, I see. Because you go back and you don't know if you're coming back again, and
Exactly.
your business is here.
Exactly.
Okay, I see. Perfect. So those are all the options. more or
Those
less.
are all the options in general.
Okay. Because, for instance, I have a question about the digital nomad visa.
The digital nomad visa would be at the end of the video is the revolution on immigration, and we need to be in a good space to speak
Okay.
about the revolution.
Okay, we'll leave it up for later.
Exactly.
And then what about if I come to study here, I can do an internship in a company?
Good question, because a lot of people, they want to come to study and to combine the studies with working, but this question and this permit will be answered with one of our amazing lawyers in the field.
Okay.
Marina
We'll leave
will
it
tell
for
you
later.
everything.
Excellent. I will wait for Marina. And the third one, what about the NIE? What is so difficult to get a NIE? Can you tell me something about how to get a NIE in Barcelona?
Yeah, actually, people get crazy about this question. What is the NIE? What is the TIE? Easy to answer. The NIE would be the number of identification as a foreigner in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to reside in Spain to get a NIE, a number of identification.
Oh,
But the TIE would be the physical card, the residence card that inside has the NIE.
okay. So, wait a minute. I have a question. This is my NIE. I'm originally from Italy.
Uh-huh.
Okay? So this is forever. Okay? And this is a TIE
Exactly.
for a student or someone who is here
Any type
temporary?
of permit for a non-European citizen will have the form of the TIE.
The TIE is just the format.
The TIE is the
card.
tarjeta,
This is
the
TIE.
residency card.
But
Exactly.
inside you have the NIE number.
Exactly.
Okay. And why, if I'm here forever, I have this paper and the person that is temporary here has this incredible card?
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's like it is. Yeah, exactly. And I remember now that there is another question that a lot of people ask.
Okay.
Empadronamiento, the longest word of the world.
Okay.
Empadronamiento. This is just the registration as a citizen in the city town. So it's not anything else than to register yourself in the city town because you are residing in Barcelona, for example.
Like, I live here.
Exactly.
Okay, and you don't have to have a residency, a NIE, anything. You just come here to Spain, you live in a house, and you just say, I live here. That's it.
Exactly. With just the passport, you go to the city town and they will register you. They will do what we call empadronamiento.
Ah, the empadronamiento. Okay. I have another question. For the options to live in Spain, the ones that you can do inland, okay, and for the ones that you have to do in your country through the Spanish consulate, how much time do I need to process them?
Normally, the length would be between 2 and 4 months. Sometimes there could be delays on the administration as well. Sometimes they could reply even shorter than 2 months.
Because if I'm in my house, in my country, it's okay. But if I'm here in Spain and I only have 3 months, is it okay?
Yeah, this is a good question because a lot of people, they get very stressed. I come as a tourist, I submit the application, but I overstay my 90 days. There is a principle and a rule in immigration that says that if you are pending on a resolution, you can remain in the country until there is the answer.
I got it. Excellent. Perfect. So, shall I go with Marina?
Yes, please.
Let's go. Hi Marina, how are you?
Hi Valeria, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So, if I want to live in Spain but not to work, I want to come and study, I think it is much easier.
Yes, it is much easier because we can call like the student visa as an entry door to the country.
So then after this you can apply for another type of visas?
Yes, correct.
Like for instance to work as well?
Yes, exactly. Or internships, for example.
Okay. So let's start. If I want to come and study here, what do I have to do? Can I do it?
Yes, of course you can do it as long as you meet some requirements that is in the law. So you have 2 options. You can apply at the consulate before coming and then you will come with the visa already approved, or you can come to Spain and apply in the country.
So if I come as a traveler, and mostly all the countries have 90 days to stay legally in Spain, do I have to do it in these 90 days?
Yes and no. You have to do it within those 90 days, but concretely during the first 60s. It's very important.
Travelers pay attention to this only in the first 60. So if you're in the 61,
then you cannot apply.
You cannot do it. You have to go back to your country and come back.
Exactly.
Or do it in your country. Okay. And what can I study?
Well, we have 3 different types or 3 different groups, let's say. The first one is superior studies, which we have university, so masters, degrees, or PhDs.
Okay.
Then we have non-superior studies, could be primary school, secondary school, or courses in general, let's say. Yes, for example, to be a chef.
Okay.
And then we have languages course.
So regarding courses, it can be any course that they want to do here, like astronomy or whatever?
Could be, as long as it is registered in the official registers of centers, which is called RCD, so you can Google it and then check it. As long as the school appears in that link, that list, then you won't have any problems and you can apply for that.
I see. And the languages?
And the languages is similar, the requirements are the same, but it's not in that register, it's in the Instituto Cervantes, which is the authority that allows you to do it.
Okay, so it cannot be any study, any course that you want to do. It has to be registered, it has to be a specific one.
Yes, must be an official study.
Okay, I see. And for instance, if I'm doing any of the 3 types of studies, can I work while I study?
No, with all of them. You are authorized to work up to 30 hours per week with the superior type. So if you are doing a degree, a master, a PhD, you are automatically. Yes, you don't have to do anything more. In your card, it will appear authorized to work.
So 30 hours means that it's not a part-time, not a full-time. It's something in the middle.
Yes, it's almost full-time, but
I see, but what about if I'm doing a course? I cannot work?
You cannot work unless you apply for a authorization that allows you to work at the same time. But in order to do that, you have to apply for a different procedure. Once that you have your student visa and a job offer, then yes.
I have to have a job offer?
Yes, it's not like, oh, I want to work. No, you have to have someone that is going to sponsor you during the process.
Okay, so it's very important to know this before.
Yes.
Before.
Yes, because if you don't mind doing a master instead of a course, apply for a master.
Exactly.
You will be authorized to work.
You will have more options to get a job.
Exactly.
And for languages, is it the same?
It's the same as for non-superior studies. If you want to do Spanish, and not only Spanish actually, you can study Catalan if you are coming to Catalonia. You can study Gallego if you are going to Galicia, or Euskera if you are going to the country Basque.
Those are the allowed. All right, so you have to pay attention which course or which school you want to go to study, because depending the school that you choose, the more chances you'll get to get a job later.
Exactly.
For instance, an internship.
Yes, but internships, it depends on the type of internship. So we have 3 different types. One is if it is part of your studies. For example, if you come to do a master and one of your subjects is internships, then You don't have to do anything aside that is included in your permit. But if you are planning to come just to do internships, then we have two different types. And if you want, we can discuss about later because it's one of the options.
And do we have to meet any requirements to study here?
Yes, of course.
Yes, okay.
So the first of all is health insurance. You need to have private health insurance in Spain.
Okay.
You need to have money, of course.
Money? How much money do I have to have?
It's 600 euros per month.
600 euros per month.
Yes.
For how much time?
It depends on the length of your course. So it's not the same 1 year course. In that case, you need to have 7,200 euros per the total year.
Okay.
Or if you are coming to study just a 6 months course, for example, I'm going to study Spanish because I want to live the full experience in Spain studying Spanish, and then I'm going to be just 6 months. Then it's 3,600 euros because it's half the time.
Okay, I see. And what else? Money, insurance, and?
And then if you are coming to study more than 6 months, then medical certificate that says that you are healthy. This is something that you can do in Spain or you can do in your country. We always recommend to do it here because if you do it in your country, you have to legalize that document or apostille it and then translate it.
Okay. So
much
it's
better.
to do it here.
Yes.
And if you are a legal student in Spain, can you have access to the public health?
No, you cannot. You only have access if you are working in the country. Yeah.
Okay, so that's why you have to have a private insurance.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Excellent. Super easy.
And then lastly, we have the criminal record certificate.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
You
if you're a criminal,
no.
you cannot come to Spain.
No, you cannot. Then, in that case, you have to show the criminal certificate from the countries where you have been living the last 5 years.
5 years.
So if you have been living one in the US, one in the UK, then you will need both certificates.
Oh, okay. So what about, like you said, it was an entry door to get another visas, like for instance, a working visa. So after finishing the studies or while you are studying, how you can go to a working visa?
Actually, we have a very big spectrum of options.
Okay.
So the first one would be, it depends on your studies, but renewing the study. For example,
Renew the study visa.
Exactly. If you are let's say, if you are in a 4 years course, then you will have to do the first one, renew, the second one, renew, the third one, renew, blah, blah, blah.
This way you can stay legally.
Exactly.
And you can work.
If it is a super studies, then yes.
Okay. If no?
If not, then once that you have finished that course, then you have the option to modify to the work permit. In that case, yes, it depends. If it is in Catalonia, then you have to apply for this in the Generalitat. If you are in the rest of Spain, then to the immigration office, as usual. Okay.
Or pay for another course and stay legally.
Yes, with another course.
A one that has the opportunity to do internship, or no, that is superior.
No, that's only for superior studies.
Okay. So you have to change the visa.
Yes.
Okay.
You can do internships, of course, but in that case, you must come from a superior studies. And this is the same, for example, as for seeking for a job, which is another option that you have. Yes. So if you come from a master, you have the option to seeking for a job, which is a permit that allows you to be here for 1 year, just being here.
1 year extra?
Yes. With a resident, this is different because as a student, you just have a permit to be here to do your studies.
Okay.
But all of these permits that I'm telling you right now is residency. And this is super important because student visas don't count towards nationality, but residence permit does.
Okay, so that one that you said, seeking for a job,
it
is
counts.
to become a resident.
Yes.
For 1 year.
Yes.
In which you can look for a job.
And then after that year, you can renew again, seeking for a job. Yes.
So you can seek for a job forever?
Yeah, just 2 years.
Just 2 years.
Yes.
Okay.
And after that, then you can modify to the work permit again, the
if
regular
you get
one.
a job, you can.
Exactly.
change it.
But after the first year.
Okay.
Or you can modify for internships at any time. For example, from the seeking for a job, you have to wait 1 year to modify for work visa, but to modify to internships, you don't have to wait. You can change at any time.
So if you get the seeking for a job visa, you can get any job that you like, 40 hours or?
No. If you come from a seeking for a job, it must be related to your studies. But if you modify from the student visa directly, which is always our advice to modify directly to the work visa to avoid extra procedures, then at that point you don't need to, the work doesn't need to be related to the studies.
Ah.
But only if you modify from student to work permit. If you do student internships or student seeking for a job, then you have to go with the same path. If you are a doctor, then a doctor
to-
job.
yes.
Exactly.
But if you change to the working visa,
From the student one, then you can be whatever you want.
what is it like the working visa?
Well, the main point is that you need to have a job offer, which is 40 hours per week.
Ah, you already have to have a
Yes,
work permit.
always.
Ah, how do you search for a job then?
No, you have to look for a job first, and then
While you are a student?
yes, well, more or less, yes, or once that you have finished.
Ah, okay, so I'm a student, I look for a job, they want to hire me,
Exactly.
and then you change to working visa.
Exactly.
Ah, I see.
So the
Alright.
company sponsors you during the
Sponsors
process.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, while you are a student.
Exactly.
And it has to be related to the study or not?
No, in that case, it's not needed.
No, okay. Is it easy for a company to sponsor you?
Well, good question. It depends. There are some companies that they are very used to work with foreigners, that they don't have any problem. Just you explain them the procedure and they say, okay, yeah, we are totally fine with this, don't worry. But then you have some companies that they always ask you, do you have the work permit? And if you say, no, I'm trying to obtain one, then they will say, okay, once that you have it, then come back.
Yeah, because if you want to get a job, why will they give the job to you and sponsor you while they can get a Spanish person
Exactly.
so much easier?
Exactly.
Why will they do that?
No, well, you have to be very interesting for them.
Okay, you have, that's the point. All right, and that was the third option. So we have internship, we have seeking for a job, and then we have the working visa.
And then we have special procedures, let's say, because they are regulated in a very specific law, which is the 14/2013.
What is that?
And here you have a very fast track, because all of these permits, just in 20 working days, you will obtain a permit.
Like the digital nomad?
Exactly. The digital normal is regulated in this law. And you also have the entrepreneur visa, which is if you want to do your own business in Spain. And it's
explain me about
yeah.
it.
Then we have the high qualified visa, which is for a very specific positions, and they have to pay you a minimum salary, which is from 40,000 euros in advance.
This has to do like if you are not in Spain, that the skill visa. You have to be in the country, or you can be in your country to apply for that.
Both options.
Both options,
Yeah.
but you have to be special so that they hire
exactly.
you, because it is the same. They need to sponsor someone who is very special, and they cannot find that position here in the country.
Well, you don't have to explain that much, but you have to do a job profile and say why that person needs to cover that profile. But you don't have to do the whole procedure as Christian explained you, like to do the interviews, to do anything. It's just you apply at the UGE, you say, this is the person I want to hire, this is why he's high skill, and this is the position that I need to cover.
The company has to go and
Yes.
claim for you, not the only.
No, it's the company, the one that applies for this permit.
So it means that you're not coming here to apply for a job, for a high-skilled job. Previously, a company must be interested in you.
Exactly. Exactly. It's
Okay,
very
so
important.
this is very specific. So just a question, random question. If you are a teacher, a lawyer, or a doctor that have already studied in their countries, can they come here and work?
It depends on the job position that they are trying to cover, because it's different. For example, if you want to be an architect in Spain, you have to homologate the title.
Okay.
And this means that
Homologation is a different
it's a
subject.
different, yeah.
Okay.
But if you don't have that done in Spain, then you cannot work as an architect with that title. Happens the same with lawyers. If you want to be a lawyer, you have to come to Spain. Even though you are a lawyer in your country, you will have to come here, probably study law again.
Again, the whole...
Not the whole, but maybe if it is a 4 years degree, maybe 2 or 2.5.
Okay.
And then you will be able to be hired as a lawyer in
Because
Spain.
if not, they can hire you, but you cannot be a lawyer.
Exactly.
You can work in a law firm.
Exactly.
Or if you are in the health field, you can study in your country, and then you come here for the residency or for the specialization, and then in this way you can apply
Yes.
for a job of...
Exactly. Here it depends. It's not the same if you come, as you said, to do the residence, or the MIR is the name in Spain. Then if you do the MIR here, because you apply for the student visa in your country, and this is super important, you cannot apply here to do the MIR. You have to apply in the consulate, and then you come here to do the residency permit, because it's a very specific permit. Yeah, it's just for doctors.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
In that case, then you will be able to work in Spain as a doctor. You won't have any problems because you have done your residence here. But if you did this in your country and now you want to come here,
You have to study.
probably, yeah.
I see. I see. Any other options that we have?
And then we also have the researcher visa, which is if you want to stay in the country because you are doing, for example, your PhD and you want to continue investigating about that, then you can apply for the researcher visa too.
And for that, you don't need to be working. You need to.
Well, you have to have someone that you are or some place where you are doing that investigation. Usually universities.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they pay you, or?
Yes, they pay you. They have to pay
It's
you.
like it's a work.
Yeah, it's
visa.
a work visa.
Okay. So we have seen everything regarding working in Spain, studying in Spain. Do we have any other options to live here in Spain, like falling in love, for instance?
Yes, and actually it's something that always happens. Like, I came to study and then I found my girlfriend or my boyfriend. He was my classmate, and then they come because they want his or her partner to stay in the country. And yes, you can do it. Yes, you have two options. If you get married or if you do a civil union. The permit that you are going to obtain is the same, but the link is not the same. Being married or having a civil union is different.
And also, for instance, if you are born in Spain, you get the Spanish citizenship? Or?
No, this is something that a lot of people from United States think, because this is the law in United States. But in Spain, it is not like that. In Spain, you are just Spanish if you are born from Spanish parents, or for any other reasons, of course. But if just the point of being born in Spain is not going to give you the nationality. It is true that if your parents have a permit in Spain, and then you are born here, after 1 year, just 1 year,
Just 1 year.
then you can apply for nationalities. Well, your parents will do it, of course, you are a baby, but you can apply for that at that point.
Okay. So 1 year, excellent.
Yes.
And what happens if you didn't get a working visa or anything, and you are in a limbo, and you don't have anything? Can you still stay here? Is there a way that you can, I don't know, make it happen?
Yes, well, actually, there are some people, for example, that they came to study or they came to work, then something happens in their life, and then they weren't able to renew at that time, and they have been. Actually, legally, you cannot stay if you don't have a permit, okay? But if you stayed and then you have been at least 2 or 3 years in Spain in a regular or irregular way, then you can apply for an Arraigo, and this is the way to regularize your situation, because someone wants to hire you, you are irregular in the country, but you want to work. In that case, then you can do an Arraigo.
Okay, and for this you need like 5 years, or how many years in?
You have to be in the country minimum 2 or 3 years. It depends, because there are different types of Arraigo.
Okay, and if you are here regularly, can you apply for the citizenship, the Spanish citizenship?
Yes, you can, and it depends where you are coming from. It's 1 year, 2, 5, or 10. So it's 1 year if you get married with a Spanish person, 2 if you come from an Ibero-American country, Guinea Equatorial, Portugal, Andorra, or the Philippines, 5 years if you are a refugee, or 10 years in the regular regime for the rest of the countries.
You have to give an exam, no?
Yes, you have to take 2 exams, a Spanish one and cultural exam.
You have to speak Spanish?
Yes, you have to, but it's just a very basic level. It's an A2.
A2?
Yes.
Okay. To get married, it's easy, I think, no?
Well, it's not that easy. Yeah, you have to be a resident, you have to be regular, you have to open the marriage expedient. It's a whole procedure. It's going to take a few months to obtain that. Yeah.
And the common law relationship?
It's different. It depends on the province, but for example, in Catalonia, if you show that you have been living with your partner just, well, at least 3 months.
3 months?
Yes. Then you can do it in Catalonia, in a notary. But you need to show that. In Madrid, for example, it's 1 year of residence.
How do you prove that you have been together for 1 year?
Different things. For example, if you are empadronado in Barcelona, then the padrón, exactly.
You have to live together alone, or you can share the house?
No, you can share it. But then, after, when you are applying for the permit, you will have to show that that person, yeah, it's my flatmate, but I don't have nothing with that person in the sense of economically. Then you have to show, well, you have to meet some requirements, and if you meet all the requirements, you will obtain a 5 years residence and work permit.
Okay, that you can renew.
Once after those 5 years, it depends. For example, if you are from one of the countries that after 2 years you can apply for nationality, then it's most likely you won't renew.
Okay.
But if you are, for example, from the States, then after 5 years you will apply for the permanent, as long as, again, you meet the requirements, and then you will obtain a 10 years residence. And after those, it is supposed that probably you will apply for the Spanish passport.
I guess, depending from where you came from, you
Yes.
have specific options.
Yes.
So guys, travelers, expats, feel free to contact them directly and get 10% off. If you say you're coming from this video, and if you have more questions, just go deeper with them, because I'm just a girl in Barcelona. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So now I'm going with Christian because I'm crazy to know about the digital nomad visa.
Okay.
Let's go.
What is the revolution on immigration? The digital nomad visa, a visa that allows you to work remotely from Spain.
From all over the world.
All the non-European countries, all the citizens of all these countries,
Oh, okay.
they could take advantage of the revolution and to come to Spain and work remotely from this amazing country.
What about the people that live in Europe?
The Europeans, they have an easier process to get a residence permit, so they don't need to go through the digital nomad visa.
What is this? Why is it easier?
The digital nomad visa, it's a visa that they approved a year ago that changed all the concepts of immigration of thousands of years. Because till that day, nobody could work remotely from Spain legally. So the government, they approved this law in order to promote Spain as a destination for those digital profiles that they love our country, that they love our beaches, our culture, everything, and they can work all around the world through their laptop.
So what about the taxes?
This is a good question. Part of this law is to attract all these digital profiles. They offer the country of Spain a flat tax of 24% on all your incomes from professional activities during 6 years.
And this digital nomad visa is for like forever, or for how many years you can have this?
Yes, the first one is for 3 years, the renewal is for 2 years, and then you can get access to the 5 years.
Anything else we have to know about the digital nomad visa?
That is the revolution of immigration that is helping a lot of digital profiles to land and work remotely from Spain and to enjoy this beautiful country as it's Spain.
And what about how much time do I need to get the digital nomad visa?
It goes into a very fast track process. In 20 working days, you can get your digital nomad visa.
Only 20 days?
Very fast.
And you can be here in Spain, or you have to be in your country?
You can apply either at the Spanish consulate, or you can come as a tourist and apply while you are in the country.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for everything. It was really helpful for all the travelers and all the people who want to come and live in Spain. If I have more questions, I will come back for sure, if you allow me to do so.
Of course.
And for all the travelers, all the people who want to come and live here in Spain, if you have more questions or you want to go deeper, you can come and contact Christian. He will be happy to have you, travelers.
Exactly. Thank you very much. It was amazing to share all this information about immigration, about the revolutions, about the students. It was fantastic. All the people who are looking to this video, remember, we are the best on immigration. We can help you in all the steps. We make it happen. We make your residence permit happen. Gracias.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Oh my God, a lot of information. Hope you have enjoyed this video, guys. And remember, in the description of this video, you have the link, because I got you 10% off if you need their services. So guys, if you have more doubts, please let me know down in the comments. I'll be happy to come again and do another video. It's a beautiful day. I will enjoy Barcelona, and see you next week, travelers. Bye-bye.